Have you ever had that sudden jolt when you feel your heart racing during stressful moments? Or maybe it's that calm, steady beat when you're lying down after a long day. Your heart is more than just a muscle. It's the engine of your body. And while it keeps you moving through life every day, we often take it for granted. But as we age, our heart needs a little more care and attention. It won't complain until something goes wrong. By the time we notice the signs, the damage may already be underway. I'm here to help you understand why this happens, share some simple but powerful changes you can make, and guide you on how to keep your heart strong for many more years to come. Let's dive in. Mistake number 1, ignoring blood pressure and cholesterol. Let's start with two of the biggest culprits when it comes to heart health: high blood pressure and high cholesterol. These two are often called silent killers, and for good reason. They don't usually show obvious symptoms early on, but they quietly chip away at your heart and blood vessels over time. I remember a patient of mine, John, who came to see me a few years ago. At 68, he was feeling good, no pain, no shortness of breath, and he was active. But his blood pressure had been creeping up for years, and he never realized it. One day he had a checkup, and we found out his cholesterol levels were dangerously high. By then, the damage was done. His arteries had already begun to narrow. According to the American Heart Association, nearly half of all adults in the US have high blood pressure, but many don't know it. That's because high blood pressure and high cholesterol often have no noticeable symptoms early on until it's too late. So what can you do? Simple steps like checking your blood pressure regularly and tracking your cholesterol levels can make a huge difference. Aim for a healthy blood pressure of 120 by 80 millimeters of mercury. If it's consistently higher than 130 by 80, it's time to start making changes. As for cholesterol, a simple blood test can show your total cholesterol, LDL, the bad cholesterol, HDL, the good cholesterol, and triglycerides. If your LDL is high or your HDL is too low, that's a sign to act. You don't need to make drastic changes overnight. Just start with small, consistent steps. Eating more fiber, reducing saturated fats, and getting regular exercise are great places to start. In some cases, your doctor may recommend medication to help manage your levels, and that's okay. Medication isn't a failure. It's a tool that can save your life. Mistake number 2, leading a sedentary lifestyle. After retirement, many of us find ourselves sitting more, whether watching TV, reading, or chatting with family. I get it. Rest is important. But here's the thing. Sitting for long periods can do more harm than you might think. Think of your heart as a muscle. It needs movement to stay strong. The less you move, the less efficiently your heart works. Prolonged sitting can raise your blood pressure, increase cholesterol, and even cause weight gain, which all put extra strain on your heart. Let's take the case of Karen, a 72-year-old woman who had been sitting more after retirement. She noticed she was getting winded more easily and felt fatigued often. When we talked about her activity level, she admitted that her days mostly consisted of sitting. After making small adjustments, like taking short walks and doing some gentle stretching, she noticed a huge improvement. Karen was able to boost her energy levels, lower her blood pressure, and feel stronger. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, reports that adults who sit for more than 8 hours a day have a significantly higher risk of heart disease and diabetes. But don't worry, small changes can make a big difference. You don't need a gym membership. A 10-minute walk or even gentle stretching can work wonders. Start with what feels comfortable, and remember, consistency is key.
Mistake number 3, overlooking nutrition for heart health. Now, let's talk about food. Nutrition is vital for heart health, but it's easy to get overwhelmed by all the conflicting advice. But here's the truth. Poor diet choices are one of the leading causes of heart disease, and many of these mistakes are preventable. Let me share a little story about Paul, a 65-year-old man who loved his processed foods. He would have sugary cereals, chips, and frozen meals every day, thinking that as long as he wasn't eating red meat, he was doing okay. But when he came in for his checkup, his cholesterol levels were sky high and his heart function was declining. So, what was happening? The truth is, too many processed foods and high sodium options can cause serious damage to your arteries. Excess sodium raises blood pressure, while refined carbs and sugars lead to higher triglycerides and inflammation. These, in turn, raise your risk for heart disease. But it's not all doom and gloom. By switching to more whole foods like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, you can improve your heart health significantly. A study from the American Heart Association, 2021, found that diets rich in whole foods help reduce inflammation and lower the risk of heart disease. It's not about eating perfectly, it's about making smarter choices. Try swapping out white bread for whole grains or adding more vegetables to your meals. These small, consistent changes will add up over time. Mistake number 4. Skipping medical follow-ups and screenings. Another mistake I see often is avoiding regular checkups or medical screenings. It's easy to think, I feel fine, so why go? But here's the catch. Heart problems often don't show up dramatically. They sneak up on you over time. Take, for example, the case of Margaret, 74, who hadn't seen her doctor for a routine checkup in over a year. When she finally came in, we discovered she had developed early-stage heart disease. She had no idea. Regular visits and screenings are key to detecting issues before they become emergencies. Did you know that the American College of Cardiology recommends regular heart screenings for people over the age of 50? These visits help track blood pressure, cholesterol, and heart rhythm. Even a simple blood test can tell you if your numbers are off and give your doctor a chance to adjust your care. So don't skip that visit. Your heart will thank you.
Mistake number 5. Underestimating the impact of stress. Stress isn't just a mental burden. It can physically harm your heart. Many seniors underestimate how much stress affects their heart health. Chronic stress can lead to high blood pressure, inflammation, and the higher risk of heart disease. I recall a patient, Alan, 69, who experienced significant stress due to caregiving for his wife. He hadn't realized how much this was impacting his heart. His blood pressure was high and his heart was under strain. After we introduced relaxation techniques like deep breathing and short walks, he felt more balanced. The stress started to lessen and his heart health improved. Chronic stress activates your body's fight-or-flight response, releasing hormones like cortisol and adrenaline that increase blood pressure and heart rate. Over time, these changes put pressure on your heart, increasing the risk of hypertension and heart disease. How to change it? Managing stress doesn't require expensive treatments. Start by practicing deep breathing, mindfulness, or meditation. Even 10 minutes a day can lower stress hormones and improve your heart health. Social connections are also key. Talking to friends or family can help reduce stress and support your emotional well-being. Conclusion: your heart is incredibly resilient, but it needs your attention. Whether it's monitoring your blood pressure, eating better, moving more, or managing stress, small changes can add up to a big impact. It's never too late to start. So today, I invite you to make one small change, something simple and easy to start. Whether it's taking a walk, checking your numbers, or adding more fiber to your diet, these steps will help keep your heart strong and steady for years to come. Thanks for watching, and here's to a heart that beats stronger, longer, and with more joy than ever before.